Welcome back, this is Goku7DBC, and welcome back to a new episode of Top 5 Fighters. It's been a while, I know, and I apologize for that. This is going to be a Top 5 list of Top 5 Generation 2 Street Fighter characters. These are characters that would be introduced from Street Fighter Alpha 3 to Street Fighter 2. Generation 1 Top 5 list was obviously about characters from Street Fighter, the original, also including Street Fighter Alpha 1 and 2. We're not going by the release dates to the characters, we're going by timeline from the universe. Which is why this one will be characters from Alpha 3 and Street Fighter 2. And that includes all most versions of Street Fighter 2 up to Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And the next Top 5 of Street Fighter will be Generation 3, which will include characters from Street Fighter 3, or rather, should I say timeline-wise, I guess Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 3, since actually 3 takes place after 4 and 5. Anyways, let's get this started. Honorable mentions today. First up, we have the female professional wrestler, R. Micah. Then, Karen, which will be introduced, of course, in Alpha 2. Also, introduced in actually Street Fighter 2, Blanca, or Blanca, however you want to pronounce it. Whichever, whatever. DJ. And, of course, also introduced, but will be introduced in Super Street Fighter 2, T.hawk or Thunderhawk. And the alternate version of, in of course Alpha 3, he would be debuted, and then they brought him in as an alternate, of course, in Ultra Street Fighter 2. And that being Evil Ryu, which would actually be introduced in Alpha 3. Tied at number 5 is between two characters introduced in Street Fighter 2. One would be introduced in the original version of Street Fighter 2, and this other one tied will be introduced in Super Street Fighter 2. The one introduced for Street Fighter Super is Fei Long. Tied is actually somebody, of course, was in Alpha 3. And that is Zangief, the Red Cyclone, as he's nicknamed. Coming in at number 4, over in Japan, he's known as M. Bison or Mike Bison. But because of trademarks, copyrights, this and that, in America, coming in number 4th, we know him as Borog, the boxer. And obviously, based off of Mike Tyson. Coming in number 3, he was actually known in Japan as, I believe it was Borog originally. In America, we know him as Vega from Spain. Known for crawling the cage. And his weird obsession for protecting his face with that metal mask of his and the claws. Definitely become a signature of the franchise. Coming in at number 2, introduced in Super Street Fighter 2, but also appears in Alpha 3 as well. And that being the head of Bison's Dolls. And that being, of course, Cammy. Comes in at number 2. Coming in at number 1, originally debuted in Street Fighter 2, at least if you go by release dates of games, but timeline-wise, he was technically introduced in Alpha 3 first. And of course, that is the man who actually was the pupil, I guess you could say, of Charlie Nash. And that is coming in at number 1, Guile. Whether you want to call him Colonel Guile, Captain Guile, whatever. Nevertheless, the Air Force man himself, Guile, comes in at number 1. So stay tuned in the future for a couple of other top 5 fighters that are in the works. One I've been working on, top 5 Generation 3 Street Fighter characters. Also, have coming up in the future top 5 Generation 1 Tekken characters, as well as top 5 Generation 1 Soul Calibur characters. So stay tuned for those top 5 fighters in the future. As always, this is Goku-san DBZ signing out, and I'll see y'all same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.